Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the USB port in the Nissan Leaf. Now this is an all-electric car, so I know that the most important thing on the car is the USB port. Okay, well no, most people probably don't give two hoots about the USB port, but I do. Now, surprisingly, for an all-electric modern car with all the extra add-ons, with the camera, 360 camera and everything, there's only one single USB port, which kind of surprised me. I would expect to see like maybe two here and two on the driver's side. So I'm kind of surprised. And the other thing is the placement. It's quite limited in size in terms of height. For example, I've got this chunky USB cable here and it does fit, but only just. When I wanted to plug in my USB tester earlier, this one, of course there's no way this is going to fit in. What I would have expected is see a USB port there, so no matter how fat your lead is, you can just plug it straight in and you got lots of space. So bit of a weird design choice. I guess the idea is that they match all the rest of the, the buttons and features, but kind of annoying. I don't think it would affect most people though, because a regular, micro USB cable or Apple cable or something will go in there without any issue. Now, because the charge port is like that, I'm going to have to use this little USB extension. Now, this will have a slight negative effect on our test because we're going to get a little bit of voltage drop across the cable. I've tested this inside on a normal USB power adapter, and it's not too bad, so I think it's good enough that we can do our testing accurately today. So the first thing I'll do is plug in my USB power meter. This allows us to monitor how much power we're getting out. So if I just turn on the car is now on and a USB power meter has come on, and you can see we're currently outputting 5.08 volts, which is about standard for USB. Now the first thing I want to test with is this power bank, because I know that this power bank can draw quite a lot of power when it's being charged. So let's plug that into our USB watt meter and see how much power we can actually draw out. Okay, so we do have a little bit of voltage drop, 4.41 volts, but we're only drawing 0.82 amp. So I'm guessing that this charge port is only a 1 amp charger, because when I tried this inside, I was able to draw around 2 amp. So if that's true, it's kind of disappointing. I would have expected to be able to draw more than, 1 amp. I mean, this is such a futuristic car, and then we put a 1 amp charger in here. I mean, that's fine for most phones, like the iPhone, the Samsung S6, etc. But many phones can now charge much faster at 2 amp, or for instance iPads, they're going to charge very slowly on this USB port. Anyway, let's try something else. Maybe it just doesn't like this power bank. What I have here is an adjustable dummy load. Now this acts like a cell phone or an iPad or whatever you want, and you can adjust how much power it draws. So let's see what the maximum power out we can get from this. Okay, apparently nothing, because we've just killed the USB port. Let's try unplug and then plug back in. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. Just to show you that it's not my tester that's the problem, I'll plug it back in, and then instead of plugging into the car, we'll plug into my power bank, and let's see. Yep, that's come on without an issue. Let's increase the power. So you can see here it's increasing. We're up to 1 amp. Keep going. We're up to 2 amp. I won't push it any further, but it proves the point. There's nothing wrong with my tester. Let's try plug back into the USB port again of the car. Nope, still nothing. We seem to have killed the USB port. Let's turn off the car and then turn it back on. And let's see if our USB port is working again. Yep, it's working again, so restarting the car did fix the USB port, but I don't understand why it has a problem with my dummy load, because I've been using this for a while, had no problems with any other USB ports. So let's do a real world test. I've got my iPhone here, and let's plug in the charge cable. So we're drawing around anywhere from 0.6 to 0.8 amp, which is pretty much standard for the iPhone. We do have a little bit of voltage drop here, so ignore the fact that it's 4.3 volts. That's more likely the extension. So yeah, I guess that pretty much sums it up. It's a 1 amp USB port, which is pretty much the slowest you can get away with nowadays. That's probably the first disappointing thing I've seen on this car, because everything else is pretty much perfect. I guess the only other issue I've had is that when you're in the driver's seat and the sun is coming in here, you just can't see the screen. It's so difficult to see the screen. But other than that and the USB port, this car is pretty much perfect. So yeah, there you go. Some people won't find this interesting, but for me, I'm always curious about what USB ports go into things, and this appears to be a 1 amp charger. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and sorry about this kind of overexposed video. I don't know what's going on. I think it's having troubles kind of adjusting, but yeah, if you enjoyed this video, do give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.